Hello and happiest of days to you folks. Hope you guys are having an absolutely amazingly awesome day today. Alright, so today I'm doing my 12th Let's Play for you folks for Fantasy Land. This is my Sandbox mode for Planet Coaster 2, and this uses a themed with the money turned on and hard actually like 10,000. And that sort of thing too, and then so I actually initially had this is right after the Sorcery DLC for Planet Coaster 2 that I reviewed for a couple of weeks ago too, and then it's the first sort of fantasy theme for any of these places out there, right? And that sort of thing too, for any roller coaster game from Parkitect, right, to Roller Coaster Tycoon, that sort of thing too. So I thought it would be nice for me to do this. Now, I actually started doing a Fantasy Land back right after I finished Roller Coaster Tycoon 2. Did all the campaigns and that sort of a thing. Did all of their scenarios. So I created that scenario with the finances turned on and so forth. And so basically what this is a number of themed areas of 12 of them total in the entire park. And so the entrance area is the part you're looking at right now, and this is the fairy tale section, right? And then over here we would have Gothic horror, because they, while people might think of them as horror, they actually have lots of fantasy element to them, to like mummies, zombies, giant spiders, and that sort of a thing too. Over here we would have high fantasy, like Lord of the Rings, Joe Duffers, the Lone Wolf stuff, right? And then over here we would have Atlantis, and then we would also have things like the Weird West, science fantasy, like Star Wars, and then things like urban fantasy, myth and legends, Greek. The Egyptian. And then Viking mythology, all those sorts of things, right? And that sort of a thing too. Now, if you recall, in my first episode, I built this teacups and merry-go-round over here, and then the infrastructure for it with my initial 10K came back to it with not that much more, not making any money, and then I spent some loans to add in this chair swing here, and then this small junior coaster that also came with that too. And then again, not making that much money. So again, in chapter 3, I did a loan for this also in this pack too. This flying coaster, and over here too, kind of a theater too. And then not making a lot of money in the 4th chapter. I just decorated with like and then after that, in the 5th chapter, I spent some money again on a loan and to take out. Get this Ferris wheel here too. That was called the Big Wheel. That for you folks. And then after that, in then chapter 6, I spent I did spend some loans to get this nice roller coaster which was more of an all ages Woody, and that sort of thing too. And then after that, I then spent a couple of weeks, just getting not cash. Right, just using the cash that I had collected after some play, and I did that first for this star wheel here, and then for this sunflower over here too, which everybody told me would make a lot of money. And then after that, I finished with about 13,000. So I took a loan out for this roller coaster that you can see over here too, which is a blind mouse one. Of a thing too, and I thought that was going to really start to bring in the money, but unfortunately, as you can see, it actually didn't. Here, I'll show you real quick. Per ride ticket, it's not much. $3.50. That's just not that much money, right? And that sort of thing too. Now, actually, I just loaded this game, so it will take a little bit of time typically to play to get all that stuff up. Like when I left it last night. It was my park rating was at 3.2, just it. And then after that happened, for you folks. And so so it was like 3.7, whenever you get the idea, but it just wasn't that much of an increase, right? So I spent all of that money, like $9,000 on alone, right? So then the next week, I just built a few libraries. With that cash that I brought in, like 9,000, and those were this tilt-a-whirl here in the center, and then also the thing over here too. This twister and this tiny item for your folks. And I was going to try to do it, but I had to build some power. So build this slime. And so last week I had about 19,000. And so I finished up this slide and that sort of a thing to bolt that thing and that sort of a thing, and then got started with the decorations, right? That time too. Now, one of the things I actually didn't catch, I thought that wasn't making me any money. The actual issue was it actually required power, and I needed to add that a power station. So you can check it out here. Actually, you can see how much I'm making here. Make about 17. I'm making a lot of cash there, right? And that sort of a thing, right? All up and down the block. I figured it was going to be a price loser. Now, not that many people can do it at one time. Also, last time, if you'll recall, I had or overnight actually. So on Tuesdays, when the last time I played during the day, and then that night I spent a few hours just building up the. I had initially like 19,000, and then after that, I then used some of that money, if you'll recall, after decorating my park, to build this restaurant, which is with a fairy tale thing here. And then a couple of these more fairy tale things too. This is the pizza place, and that is a hamburger stand. And then I also built some of this infrastructure to around my shops. And then after that was done, I then said I started to download some of these themes. And said I was going to be building these for you folks. Now, as a reminder, I'm not that great of a roller coaster builder, or even like themed rides, or even themed decorations and that sort of thing. One of the things you might have noticed while watching this is that sometimes when I start to move the mouse around, right, and that sort of thing, or just hold something, I might start to have some issues with it, or sometimes even can't even type right, and that sort of thing too. I have Huntington's disease, and I'm about maybe 10 or 12 years into that, and that's a progressive neurological condition too, right? And so I'm just no longer at a place, and so I grabbed these and said I was going to build them. They're all by all of these restaurants here are all by Tots, and they're 84. I want to give them credit. And they're gorgeous, but I thought that they were going to include the rides. Just as a heads up, they don't. So you had to place it, or just place it out, or sometimes place it up, just as a heads up. But so you can see the ones that I brought over here too, and you can see we got the vegan place, the coffee place, the juice place, and the sushi place. Those were already there. And then I decided to build that hot dog one too, because I didn't have a hot dog place. I did have a hot dog vending machine, but that was it. And then also over here too, I built this. Here, I'll zoom in a little bit for you. This diet soda place for your folks. I thought that would be nice. And then, because I already had a vending machine with that too. So as a nice entrance. Alrighty, so I did all that stuff for you. I also did some decorations too. Put down some trees and rocks here next to this coaster too, and then also here in the spinnery section too, to give it a little more stuff happening there too for you folks. And then I had changed this name from Fairy Flare to Giant's Ascent, and so I wanted to give it some more theme that I thought would be appropriate too. So I did toss this stuff over here too, just as a heads up. And now that's more of a myth theme, but you'll get the idea. I'm from Mr. Baldwin. From the myth set, I also added some fountains here too. This got its name changed from Fairy Star, which is actually alliterative you probably saw earlier, the wishing well. So I added the wishing wheel, rather, sorry, which is a pump. So I added some like a couple of wells there in the front, as you can see, as well as a wishing tree. Here, to give it more of that theme too. Also, you can see, right, and that's, so I think you'll see lots of that right next to the thing too. I also built over here a toilet section too, which I named I name all my shops, give them theme names, and that sort of thing too. So I just named this with the. Let me see if I can. Sorry, I should be making sure I can actually hit the bathroom now. Yeah, that's very flash for you folks. Now let me show you the names of everything. But let me also you can see over here. So I initially had over here this chain swing, an entire like section here for you folks. That was going to call the garden swing initially, but then I said we were going to add build up that, or not, I like the bushes rather than like flowers or trees. So I went with the bushes. Look, I finished that out too, and that looks really nice. Then over here, try to see what else. Oh yeah, we added some themes over here too. This is just a heads up. Wow, there are a lot of people standing outside of Tiny Eye. That's weird. I mean, I know Tiny Eye brings in a lot of cash. That's a lot of people just standing outside, right? Weird. All right, for your folks. And also, we changed this is the name to Fairy Ring Flame, and so I did add some fairy rings. Now fairy rings would typically be like, you know, like mushrooms or that sort of a thing too. So I just went, or a ring of flowers, plants. So I just went with an actual on the ring side of things here with the next, and this is a special effects ring, water splash right there in that. So I thought that'd be fun. Also over here I changed its name to Cloudberry Cog for Rumpelstiltskin's wheel, and so I added some clouds there. You can see there too, as well as some cogs there too, as well as the traditional wheels. Kind of started just heads up for you folks. Right, so I definitely did a lot of stuff. Now here I just want to show you kind of like all my names and stuff too, in case you're interested. And so we can do that really quick here. Come over here to see all my themes I forced. The flat rods, you can see them all there too. And they're all sort of, you know, fairy tale themed or storybook themed, right? And that sort of the other thing too. And then after that, then there are my coasters. And Three Blind Mice is obviously that. And I just swapped the name from Splintery, that it started with the Lion's Splinter, which is based on the Lion's Paw. Although you might prefer Lion's Paw. And then Sky Sailor I got too, unfortunately. Sorry. And then over here, you can see my shops names too. So let's check them out. I swapped over the restaurant, the Fairy Food and Drinks, because I just wanted that to be nice. Now I've had tons of people there too. I've actually built like probably about 20 more tables there, and we're still having some space outside. And that sort of thing too. You can see my drink shop was named Fairy Godmother's Fist. I think it's great name. Right, Sprite Shakes, all that stuff too. And the hot dog stand, the choose called Free Little Picnics. So down there stuff. Now one of the things that you will notice in the park is that I have tons of people there, now like 2,000 people. We've also made like 35,000 in only a few hours of play afterwards. Last time after finished decorating, right? And that's another thing too. So we're getting tons of people. That's what we're going to do, which is great. And that's also probably one of the reasons why I'm making it. And again, I was at there. Now you can see we've gotten to a 3.1 while stopping. So let's head over here to the park rating. You can see 2.6. Right, you can see that my attractions, my scenery was at like very, very low. It's risen massive. And then the park options over here, you can just check it out here too. And see how much we're bringing in and that sort of a thing too. And over here was do I need to build anything more? Just build up that section too. And then over here you can see my guests are just all about, you know, here that you can see the souvenir shop is definitely something that they want. So I'll probably build a balloons place up here in the front. Section 2 for them to buy that stuff, just as a heads up. And you can see that's actually a big need for them. And then hunger, yeah, and toilets too. Yeah, let's build that. So the first thing I want to do while I'm thinking about it is to build that souvenir shop there up front. And then after that, let's go ahead and do the tech and build up that part and tech stuff. Take a look first at these facilities. You guys see I got about 3,000. I'm totally bringing in money. Jobs, gifts. Up here at the top of that package, or souvenir shop. I already built the hands to it. And then just a general one too, just a memento. And then the other little one is the Splash Emporium for. Let's go ahead and just do quickly down here this hats section. I'm sorry, the hats. This balloon section. It's like 578 super cheap. Even decorated. Wait. Also, just as a heads up, as if you recall, I was keeping that section over here for transport. That's unlocking body chair and that sort of thing. So that open area is there. I could put this. Let me see. That's not the worst place either. Or let me just think of this real fast. Y'all just toss right here, move on. Actually, that might be a bad. Right, beating it right there, because over here is where I actually have those themes. And being right there next to that might be a little weird. And you can see tons of people over here too. Can I do it right now? I can fit it there. That's not bad. But it's also going over top of that road a lot. So yeah, we'll just put it there for now. I can always move it later if I don't like it. Thematically being next to the store up here. Yeah, that's it right good right there. Yeah, at least I'm gonna have it on top of that. Double slots there. That's fine. Move over just a tiny little bit. Open it up. I'm trying to come up with a good name for a fairy tale or storybook. Balloons for kids, right? Or fairy themed balloons, right? Yeah, I'll workshop it and come back and do it later. Alright, I'll just delete that. Well, I try to delete that. stuff or the wind stuff? Wind stuff right for you folks. Alright. And now tap. Let's get this deck done. Alright. Since my next section is probably going to be Atlantis, it might be a good time to do some of those films. But so let's take a look over there first. It's like 7,200 up. Let's do it. Also do the films too. Yep. Okay. That leaves me just 6.8. That's probably not going to be enough much. Sorry about that. Oh, yeah, again, we just didn't have that much cash. We just got so much cash that fast. Right? So I could get something, and it's like in the high 50s or something like that. Let's see. 6,400. Send the ground well, I can get at 3,100. Or this power plant. You get the silver plant. Can I do track rides? Nope, it's 7,202. And transport rides? Yeah, I got a 3,600 I can do. Yeah, I don't think I can get any coasters at 468. Just a quick check in, but yeah, I don't think so. Alright, let's do the flat. Let's do the transport really fast, the 3,600. This is the steam train or steam train where all this gorgeous stuff. Lots. Let's get that done too for you. I still had 2,100 for one of those power water ones. Yeah, the water one was good. It's a little more pricey, but I definitely think it's probably worth it versus what we started with. It's also but at 3,100 over the 2,100. But yeah, let's do it. Ready? Alright. So one of the things I like to do previously, back in the old eras, for this fantasy land is there was a time where you could put like an arch over top of an entrance or road, and then you can say what that was, right? Sort of thing. I remember that all the way back in Roller Coaster Tycoon 1. And so I would like to do that right over here for you folks. Just a nice little arch. And then I'd put the fence down this side to that thing too. And to make sure everybody knew what section of the park you were. Get that taken care of for you folks. But let's you just see how long this is. How far back is it going to come? I just didn't see it. I'm trying to zoom in. There it is. It's there in the back section right there. So that is really far back. So I could actually, if I wanted to, I feel like I probably don't need to go right here to where Atlantis. Start to probably give myself a little more space for you folks. Or I might even build a coaster or something like that too. So let's go ahead and get that started for you folks right here. We'll start with the road. This will start at 12. So we'll start just expanding this fairy tale road down here a little bit. Good section. This should be good size. It's not. Not that massively, you know. But just a little bit. That's good. And now, starting here, this section here is Atlantis for you folks. Well, this section over here is definitely, as you can see, is actually pretty tough to the wall, right? And that sort of a thing too. So one of the things I want to do over here, before I bring that over, is just to go and do another of these cross tabs. Here and here. Same over here on this side of things. There we go. Nice. Going to head down here and start the Atlantis side of things. Now over here, as we zoom in, actually, is that a full 12 across, or did I have a? It feels like it's a little smaller. I thought it was 12. But let me just double check. It's 11. Sorry. Yeah. That's quite another example of I thought it was an accident stopped it down. Sorry about that. So we're just going to go do a quick little delete there too. Hopefully we'll be able to get it all there for you folks. Yeah, it was a little bit. Remember, this is actually free. You're right, and roads don't cost you anything. Just say that. All good? Yep, all the way. Good to go. I know. Oh, we are at 12. Confirm. That's good. It's probably a little long. I'll take it down probably a little bit here in a second. Maybe a little longer over here. That's good. And back here too. Or flip side. I think it goes probably a little further out. Although it's not the worst thing in the world to be running out of those sports. Right? Let's just maybe pull them out a little bit more, because it'll definitely feel fun. Well, yeah, I'll come out a little more. Yeah, I'll just do this for now. I might change it later. I'm not gonna build it today for you folks. Yeah, I'm gonna go delete it now I'm thinking about it. I'll come back to that. I'm not gonna bother with that. I'm not gonna be building over there today, right? I don't want to be spending a bunch of your time with deleting paths and that's another thing too. I'm sure you got more important things to do. Yeah. Getting them in the perfect place. We'll come down here for you folks, and now here is going to be where we're going to swap to Atlantis for you folks. So over here, our path to is going to swap over. I wish I could put a sand here too in this section too for Atlantis, but I can't. Well, let me see if I can find something that would feel a little Atlantis-ical. Gravel panel. I don't think that's what I'm going to be. Right here, sandstone. That might not be the worst idea. Well, you know, Atlantis would be like by the beach, that sort of a thing too. But yeah, sorry, that's the wrong place. Actually, might not be the worst idea. I think those are cute, probably. Maybe I can do boards. Boards wouldn't be the worst idea either for planks. For that thing. Also the vinyl plaque. Or even the rocks that wooden cobblestone. Yeah. Let's try the. So that's what I'm doing. You know, this is going to be more like aquatic or tropical resort things rather in this section. That sort of a thing too are going to be the themes from our facilities side of things. So let's go with the wood paths. Although wood also would be pirates, it would also be here to west to that. I don't want to overuse it. We'll do sandstone. I think I'm probably only using them. Actually, I have Egypt coming too. That might be a better sandstone. Yeah. I mean, they're going to be next week. What's that? Ooh, square flagstones. That actually probably would feel, although it might also be a bit mythic too. Which should also be next door to it. There's a lot of interesting ways I can go. Right here. It's a mosaic. That's probably the safest for you folks. Let's do that. It's wood. It's common. Oh, that did not. Whoops, I'm sorry about that. Nope, that did not color over. I thought I'd selected it, but apparently I hadn't. select the there. Sorry about that. Again. That's it's a little on the darker side. Can I kind of lighten it up a little bit? I'll play around with that for just a little bit. Let me see if I can come up with one right here. That's a little lighter. A little less obvious. It feels a little dark. I feel like, Atlantis would be a little lighter of a paint, right? With all of its water rats. And that's a good thing too. Yeah, but I don't know that every time I load this game, I want to be changing all of the colors around just to be able to build paths. So we'll just stick with it. So over here, let's build a fun little section right here by the entrance. Be a nice place for a. So I also want to check in and see what Atlantis stuff would be for my scenery. Let's see what benches and all bins. All that stuff I can come up with for this section, and this is going to be more either resort or aquatic. The resort one might be the best. This is here actually. It's resort. It can definitely feels a little beachy, but that's everything too. And then the aquatic side of things are, I think they're over here maybe, or those are just generic ones. Yeah, they're over here. I think either one of those would work. I think this one over here is the other resort one. And that feels a little more sort of generic, right? And that sort of thing. I think either one of those would work for this section themes. So we'll start working that right now for you folks. And I like over here the. That's not bad, or this is bad. Yeah. What about the chairs I'm choosing to? That might help me figure it out. That's nice. That's nice over here. That's the resort room too, right? That's the pirate. It's a very remember correctly. Yeah, those are fine. Yeah, but I feel like that's probably the better place. So we'll go with the aquatic bench here for you folks. Once people enter this section, I'm going to start placing them. So I'm going to they're here. What to do later on for you folks. And then after that, we're going to place some bins too, which is the aquatic one. Matches those particular. Right here. Now benches one over here too. I'm sorry, lamp, sorry. Is that the prop section? Yeah. That's nice. One. Just but I'm looking for what? Sort of light I've done down here too. That second one isn't that bad. Let's do it. This aquatic section definitely feels a little, I think you'll agree with me, how we probably expect a little weird Atlantis feel, I hope. So we'll probably be leaning into this more of the resort. That's done for you folks. Now, I'm going to check in and see how much money I've got. I see I've got about 20, so that's good. Alright, so now we're going to start to build some pools. So let's take a quick look, see what I got. Pools, or maybe just a water coaster would be a nice way to get with that 35,000. That's not bad with a pool. You're building right on it. Pretty big too. A huge pool, if I remember correctly. Or again, maybe I could use a water coaster for you folks and see if there's a good, or even a track, like a great custom. Like a float foot. But it would be a not the worst idea. Or a steamboat. Alright. Let's go ahead. I think that probably or even a water hose. I think it's water. Yeah, it's right here. So I could build a reef break, and that is probably on theme for doing this. And that is very pricey. 57,000. That has lots of great numbers. At 4.06, great fear, lower fear, lower nausea. Yeah, that's not probably the worst idea right out there. Alright, let's see what the other ones are that I'm Rodia. I have to probably take about another 6, but right, it's not so bad. It's a water coaster. It's got good numbers. Right, and I probably think I should look at 6,000 one. I'd probably be fine with it. I even think the name sounds like something fantasy-esque, something like that. That's Artemis. It's awesome. Ooh. It's a splashdown ride. It's actually about how much money I have right now. And that is just so nice. But then the Artemis will probably, as a name, probably be more in the mid section. But I don't think too many people are that a major play. And I wouldn't have to spend that much money on it. I'd be like, just if you to get that taken care of for you folks. So that's not bad. Other ones, Tidal Roar is a splash coaster. It's also for about 35 kg. And that one has probably not the biggest numbers in the world that one has. Yep. The Tide Breaker. Ooh, that is a water coaster too, from the antique side of things. It's actually not that expensive. I could totally build that and keep 10K in the bank, but it's also not one of those exciting, right? But you know what? We didn't have that. If you recall, we had that huge exciting ride over at 3 Blind Mice. That only brings me in like 3.5 months. All right. So I can't predict those sometimes. Also, let me take a look and see what track rides I have over here in the front section. Maybe our track rides. Let me see if there's blueprints I can just go ahead and build. I wouldn't have to build my own. Here's a couple. That first one is one that comes with the game, Rover Truck. All the other ones are ones that came from other people when I built this thing. Let me take a look at River Truck. It is a wide level flume at 18K. It has a nice excitement. It's got a nice, that's good. A 4 point. Don't want to build that. That'd be about half my cash. For your folks, but that might not be a good way to sort of open up this section. Right? That sort of log. Nice and quiet. Let me see how big it is. 18K too. Let me see how big it is. Ooh, that's pretty. That's a little larger house. It's probably not the biggest one out there, right? You know, when compared to other stuff too. I could do it. Put it right there. And by putting it there, I sort of will entice people to sort of, see it, right? And even walk around. Let me zoom out a little bit, too. That's probably a little too close. That's fine. I can put it right there for you folks. I think that would be nice. It's not that big either when you start to zoom out. Yeah, let's do that. I think that'll be a fun little way to sort of have people come in and relax. And then we'll build posts and stuff next. Place for it. We're just gonna be right next to not next to that wall to the path over. That's good. Start testing it. I need to add a power facility here too. So we'll do that too. There are actually two versions of the version with decor, the version without. And so I've got enough money to do the one with decor. Alright. Power distributor, 423. It's just right off the top. Wait. Actually, it's just right off the top. Might be a little ugly being right by the garage. So let me see what else I can do to get it included. Do that work over here? I don't know. Let's try it. That'll work. We'll check in right here, and while I'm testing it, we'll go ahead and write it too. Sorry, that's not scenery. Also, watch that number. Watch that money in the bottom corner. As you're watching. Hopefully, it'll be rising too. Comes a little bit of a rapid. This is, I don't know if this would be considered a rapid section. I'm not sure you get the idea of what it would be. Looks like we're moving around. Oh, that's a nice back. Heading back up to the front. This does feel a little faster. A little slower, rather, for y'all. I probably intend spending a few minutes writing this one. But I'm honestly just happy to have the speed too. Got at least one more coming down. These. Let me speed it up a little bit for folks. You should be spending all of your time watching this. It's been about 4 minutes actually. No. What'd you get? Looks like we got another section right here fast for you folks. Oh, actually, no, that was the section. Alright, so let's go on. You saw I got like 5,000 cash. Just a couple minutes more of time. Right, so you can see how much money I'm making now. Let's check the cash here. Exit this. Open it up. see how much money I'm making from River Trip. 20, yeah, that was worth it. $20 a ride. That's gonna be some good money. Let's see how much time I got left. About a few minutes. So I'll build a quick little bathrooms down here too, and then some quick little ones of these beans and that sort of a thing too. Torches. Well, lights that you can do for our folks. And then we'll call it. Actually, since we only have a few minutes left, let's go ahead and finish it now. I don't think you guys want to watch for like maybe 6 or 7 minutes while I upload a bathroom and some things. But and that's sort of a thing too. I think there's probably some more important things to do, right? And that sort of thing too. But there we are. I want to thank you so very, very much for just taking some time out of your day, right? And even investing and watching my video. Because we all have so many things, right, that are happening in our lives. And we're pulled in so many different directions. Too, right? So if I could you spend this time with me, it's incredibly humbling. And I appreciate that so very, very much. So what you think? I hope you're enjoying my opening up of the Atlantis side of things. And that sort of a thing too. Let me know all your thoughts on that sort of a thing too. I also try to do reviews of other video games too, and that sort of a thing too. So you should have just seen my review getting posted of Jurassic Park Evolution 2, which is from 2024, 4 years ago. Check it out too. And then I also do on Monday older tabletop RPGs or War Games 2, and then also top some things that you read on the fantasy, science fiction, and horror things that are older. So hopefully, some of those things will sound like your cup of tea and interest. No pressure. It's just passion for folks. And there you go. All right. Once again, thanks again, and have an amazing day.